Hi, this is Jason here at RoofSnap,
And Katrina.
and we are going through some frequently asked questions. Specifically, well, there we are. That's my back of my iPhone, but I've got the iPhone 7 Plus with the big screen here, and it makes it pretty easy with the big screen here on the iPhone to use RoofSnap. Certainly an iPad or a tablet on Android or something like that might be a little easier, but we wanted to answer some questions on smaller devices. And so, Katrina, what based on kind of where we left off yesterday, what would be our next frequently asked question?
So today's start off question here is tell me about these pins and how I can lay down accessories and kind of use those for inspection purposes as well.
Sure. So when we labeled the lines in one of our more recent frequently asked questions video here on the iPhone, we had asked ourselves if we're using RoofSnap just for measurements or if we're also using RoofSnap for estimating purposes. And when we tap into pins here, which is in the drawing mode of RoofSnap, we ask ourselves the same question. Are we just doing an inspection or are we actually building a takeoff? And so I'm going to say both. We're doing an inspection and we're doing a takeoff. So let's start with the inspection pins. So if there is a leak area, any sort of damage, hail damage, wind damage, and let's grab wind damage. So I've selected that pin and we can see that it's loaded here in the little sidebar. And of course, when I tap on that space, the drawer will slide over. And you know what, before I lay down that pin, let's actually zoom in a little bit on an area that would be likely to have some wind damage. So I'm going to go back again, grab the inspection pin, go down, tap on wind damage. And I'm going to tap right there on the corner near where the ridge meets those outside rakes. And in doing so, I have some functionality within that pin, within all pins. If I press and hold on any pin, I'm going to get this dialog window. I can choose an image from my photos library, or I can take a photo. Let's go ahead and take a photo here of my Coke can. Let's go ahead and give it permission to access the camera and snap a photo. There we go. I don't know. Can we put that up on actually, it just says cola.
It does.
I think we're good.
Yeah.
I think we're good.
We're not using any infringement.
Yeah. So let's use that photo here and pretend that's the wind damage that we just took of the roof. Then let's go and look at some of these other categories. So off-ridge vents, that's going to show us any of the vents that we have either kept in our account from the original sample office or any other vents we may have uploaded into our account during the customization process. So you'll see that we have solar vents and turbine vents. Now this roof is probably all about ridge vent, so we won't put any vent pins on this one, but it does have at least 2 soil pipes that I can see from this image. So let's go back into pins and let's scroll up to plumbing boots. And let's grab the 1 to 3 inch item that we have here. And again, these can be customized and changed. But let's go ahead and drop 2 of those down. Let's say one was in really poor condition and we needed to take a photo of that pipe as well. We can use this for inspection purposes. So now we'll just take another quick image here of the conference room table and use that photo. But additionally, maybe we need to add a few notes. So let's go in and hit Edit Notes. We tap on this screen. Notes about pipe. And it gives us the option to add photos and notes to every single pin we place on the roof, but it's not obligatory. We don't have to put on notes for everything. There's no save button. You just tap anywhere else on the screen and that little notes field goes away. Now as you scroll down, you'll see that there are lots of pre-made categories with items. These all come in with your sample office and you can delete, change, add, move around. We do have a chimney on this roof, so let's go ahead and grab a small chimney flashing kit. There we go. And just tap right back there where that chimney flashing kit is. Last thing I want to do is just kind of zoom back out and make sure, there we go. I just wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally drop any other pins anywhere on the roof. But those 4 pins should suffice. Now I'm going to go ahead and hit the done button in the upper right hand corner, because what's going to happen is these pins are going to show up in 2 places. Let's start with the measurement report. So we had already generated a sketch report from yesterday without any pins.
Okay.
But since we've added pins, we do have to generate a new revision of the sketch report.
And what's that?
The sketch report?
Yeah, why do we have to generate a new one?
Because we made changes.
So we have to pull in all the new ones.
Exactly.
Okay.
These documents are what you might call static. They do not change when things are added. They're PDFs. You know, once it's made, it's made. So you make a new revision of the PDF, and this is going to have any revised measurements, any revised line labels or facet labels. But the only thing we changed was adding pins, which is going to be down here at the bottom under accessories. It's going to show us the location of all the pins that we placed on the roof.
Great.
Good for the crew, good for the insurance adjuster, good for the repair crew who's going out to make a repair. But also the notes and the photos that we laid down for each pin appear right on this document. So it becomes it becomes an inspection report at this point as well that also contains your measurements.
Perfect.
Pins, on the other hand, also begin the process of building out the estimate. So when we back out and we go to specifications, we'll see under estimate items, the steep charge, which automatically loads and can be customized by the user to add additional cost for steep charges. The wind damage, it shows up as a pin, but it doesn't necessarily show up on the estimate, right? The plumbing boots are showing up here with the price. Now this is just fake sample pricing that we have built in. But then it sort of sets us up with our accessories already loaded into the specifications portion of building the estimate.
Great.
And is a segue into what will ultimately be our next question, which I'm sure will have something to do with making an estimate using RoofSnap.
Guess you'll have to wait and see.
Yep. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.